officially sprung, folks. It's time to get a project car out. Now folks, if you've been with the channel for a while, you'll already know this one, no introductions needed. If you haven't, it's a 1978 Jeep Cherokee Chief. It's got a 360 AMC, Turbo 400, and an all-wheel drive T-case. We work on it, we race it, we drive it. Mostly we break it and fix it. We put it away and it was actually running properly, and now it's time to get it out. Now so far on the forgotten list, I've got an air cleaner on it instead of the boost adapter to the pipes. The coolant is drained out of it because I wasn't sure if it was enough coolant, so I dumped it. I guess we'll put some of that back in. Now, because I know it's got no coolant in it, we're starting there. And this is just the old coolant I dumped out of it. And we got ourselves a little water bottle funnel, which is only about 4% bigger than the actual radiator opening, but you know, 4% is the difference between, oh, that was, well, I shouldn't have poured that in. You know, 4% is the difference between 46 fail and 50% pass, so that's pretty good, right? Boy, I think I might have spilled just as much as I got in here. That's good. We'll leave the dredges in the bucket. We don't need them. Okay, we gotta go find some more coolant or water or something. Now, if we're honest, we're still a little bit in the danger zone as far as freezing around here. So normally we try and use more antifreeze than water, but that's all a lot of coolant. Good news is this is hot water, so we don't have to worry about it freezing right away. That's pretty full. Full enough for now anyways. We got no thermostat, so we don't have to worry about burping it too much. See if we got any oil in it, and I guess then we see if it starts. How about you? Now, as aforementioned, this is a 360 cubic inch small block. Of the AMC variety though, not to be confused with the Chrysler or the Ford variety of 360s. This is a AMC deal. In the same generation? Same family as the 390 and the 401 and the 344 or 343. Anyway, it kind of looks like this. It's got a distributor in the front, and it's got, you know, an intake manifold, valve covers, and exhaust. It's basically just like every other small block. Anyways, we got oil, we got coolant. Guess we could check some ATF level, and then it's time to fire it up. Forgot to hit record when I actually started it, so the moment was missed, but I'll do it again anyways, just because. We're gonna let it warm up for a couple minutes and then we'll get her out of here. That's the plan. Were you pretty excited about that one, Luna? You like that truck, hey? It's noisy and stuff, hey? Yeah. Alright. I guess you can come when we get it out. full. Oh, like, this is kind of a mess. We need to deal with that better. But that's coming. Man, doesn't the rest of it look cool though? Oh, and here's a rare thing you won't see very often. The back window up. Usually that stays down all year round. This, I keep losing them, but it that doesn't go to anything, so it's fine. Now I always figured in the spring it's a good idea to give the wheels a retorque. If for no other reason, then you might not remember if you had the wheels off right before you parked it. I'll tell you one thing, it's a pretty good idea that we did on this one because they're awfully loose. That's a fact. With fluids in it, and it doesn't seem to overheat immediately, and the wheels are torqued, I can see no reason not to go for a little test drive. We're gonna do something that I've always wanted to do and just haven't in the whole time I've owned the Jeep. And that's weigh the silly thing. I got no idea what it really weighs. Well, step number one, I suppose, is see if we can make it to the fuel station. We gotta get the windshield cleaned off. I can't even stick the camera out of it. What is going on with this seatbelt? What is going on? There we go. With a watchful eye on all the gauges, off we go. I expect all you're able to hear is tire noise and wind. That's all I can hear too. That's okay. Well, since we're stuck at a train anyways, here's the progress report. We got some fuel. It didn't take very much because apparently I parked it pretty full. Nothing weird is happening. It's not overheating. We've got reasonable oil pressure, not quite where I want it to be, but reasonable. And other than that, we're just waiting here. We're only a mile or two away from like where we go to scale it, but there's still a train in our way, so we'll update you when we get there. Now, if you were hoping for a really precise scaling, well, you're not going to get that. But you might get within, I don't know, 5 or 10% using one of these. This is a scale meant for like semi-trucks to know what their load weighs. But the Jeep fits on it, so, you know, that number up there on the dial says -40 right now. If we stand on it and it says positive 60, well, it's pretty close. Okay, if it says positive 70, it's hurtful. I guess that's what it says. We have pulled onto the scale. I don't know if you can read it when I show it, but right up there, it says 2100 on the button. And in a second, I'll figure out what that really means. Well, here's a shocker. It weighs what I always said it weighed, which is what it says it weighs in the book. It weighs 4,620 pounds with me in it. I guess that means it probably weighs 4,400 pounds. That's lighter than I thought it was. Cool, I guess. Now we go home. That, folks, is, well, that's all I really wanted to find out in this episode. So we're gonna call it an episode. Well, thank you guys for watching and subscribing. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, folks, I'm Heathen with Heathen's Garage. Spring has officially sprung around here. Like, it's not green or anything, but it's definitely warmer than it usually is. Which means it's time to get a project out. Because, like, I've been itching to do something other than work on a transmission. Today's the day we're getting something out.